Oh, come on, I had to do this at some point. The Atari 2600. A great system. It's pioneered the video game industry as a whole. And while it didn't start it, the Magnavox Odyssey did, it increased it by a lot. 30 million units were sold, which is kind of absurd. While the hardware today is laughable, I'm pretty sure most toasters can actually run these games. I'm actually pretty sure I'll bet like $5 that's like a smart toaster in like the next 4 years will be able to play Pitfall with no issues. The system was easy for people to understand. Its controller was simple. There's just one button, and then there's a joystick. What else do you want? It's very simple. There's also a paddle controller for games which required precise movement. Games like Breakout. Let's take a look at some of the games from the system which pioneered the industry, but also killed it. The first game is Dig Dug, and it's pretty good. I've already talked about this game 2 times, one in the Atari 7800 video, and one in the 80s computer video. That one was pretty fun. I'll link a card to both of those up here. But let's talk about this version. It's dreadful. Okay, this is obviously an emulator issue. Now, usually with most games which you move left and right, you hold it down and you just move in that direction. But with this, you have to press it every single time you want to move. You can't hold it down. It just does one action. So you have to press the button rapidly so you can do anything. Which is just... it's just annoying. It's impossible to play. Pitfall. I already reviewed this game in the 80s home computer video, but to sum it up, I prefer the Atari 2600 version to the C64 version. It looks a lot better, it plays better, that's just about it. It's just better in a lot of ways. It's more fun to play, the graphics just look so much better, and it's just iconic. This is one of the first third-party games on the system. Remember that. As Activision being the first, Activision made quite a lot of good games on the system, and let's take a look at the next game, which is also made by them, River Raid. River Raid, I think the title explains yourself. You're playing on a river and you're just flying up and shooting it. It's a decent shoot 'em up. You blow up fuel tanks, boats, and helicopters. Lots of helicopters. Overall, game's decent. Asteroids. It's okay. Apparently there's UFOs in the game and hey look, I died. Apparently I thought that you had to hit the start button, but apparently that just resets the game. It's okay. Game can be pretty fun. There's a bunch of asteroids which are coming towards you, and you can blow them up, and they'll turn into smaller asteroids. This game is very realistic, if you know. Overall, Asteroids is pretty good. Centipede. This game is quite fun. I also reviewed this game in the Atari 7800 video, which, just watch that video. But how does this version of the game compare to it? Well, obviously it doesn't look as good. The centipede doesn't even look like a centipede, it's just like a bunch of orbs flying around. Centipede is quite fun. It's shoot 'em up and it gets quite difficult, especially with the bugs jumping. That is annoying. That is incredibly annoying when that happens. And Happens a lot, though. Happens way too much. It's a quiet night in 1982. You're just asleep on your bed, and then you hear in the background. Yep, we're talking about the Atari 26 port of Pac-Man. This is dreadful. Okay, so the graphics obviously suck. I mean, it's Atari 2600. What do you think this is gonna run? Why is the background just blue and like brown borders? That doesn't make sense. Just have like blue borders and just have a black background. That's how you get the port right. It's not that good. But hey, it sold a lot. It's the Atari 2600's highest selling game. Adventure. This game is quite fun. If you know what to do. You have a bunch of items like a key, a sword, whatever this is. There's a lot of stuff. Game can be pretty fun, and it actually got a sequel. I'm not going to show you that because I didn't play it this time. Maybe I'll make like a second video of this. I'll maybe show it, so I'm not sure. But game can be fun. You're opened up and you see this gate. You enter it, you find a sword, and then you murder a dragon. Then you go around a maze, figure out that you have no idea what to do. Then you come up to a gate, which you can't open with a key, accidentally drop the key behind it, and have no access to it. This happened. Overall, game's pretty good. Then we have this port of Tempest. Okay, Tempest is quite fun, actually. I'm not the best at it, but as you can see from this footage, I'm okay. It's quite fun to play. For some reason, the inputs didn't work. I have no idea why, but it just didn't work. So here's some footage which I recorded around the time of the Atari 7800 video. It's okay. Game's not the same. I mean, you can't even go on the top. That's what Tempest is about. You just go around and then you shoot things. And also you have a killer soundtrack, apparently, in the 2000 version. I really need to try that at some point, but I mean, this isn't that good. It's not that good. The game, which most people say, killed the industry. Yep, we're talking about E.T. First up, I literally thought that he was extending his jaw. No joke, this looks like he's extending his jaw to me. I probably need to see the movie. But this game is quite complex. I mean, most of the games on the system is, oh, move around and shoot. That's what the majority of the Atari 2600's lineup is. But with this, it's a lot more complex. You need to find stuff, apparently. Then you need to avoid people who will take you to, like, I don't even know what this place is. I don't know. I should definitely watch the movie. Maybe then this will actually make sense. Unfortunately, you just get stuck in holes the entire time. That's the game. You just get stuck in holes. I hate it. Overall, the 2600. It's good. It's quite good. These games were really good. But let's talk about the other thing that 2600 did besides applying good games. By introducing to the experience. There is a lot of bad games. After Pitfall released and Activision got a lot of games, Atari really didn't care about what their third-party developers made, so there was so much garbage on the market, which literally just made everybody hate it. This is one of the big factors of the video game crash, besides oversaturation and some other stuff. The 2600. It's very good in some areas and awful in others. I found baby rabbits in my backyard.